Bradford for Shootout Round 6, sponsored by Neil Fitton Raceway. We've got Myles Barnes here, who's going to do our Shootout Junior draw, sponsored by Stock Signs. How are you, Myles?
Good.
You're excited for this, aren't you?
Yeah.
Who's your favourite driver?
All of them.
All of them? So do you want to pick? Do you want to pick out anybody first, or does it not matter? Just anybody?
Yeah.
Good. Are you ready to do the draw?
Yeah.
This is an important job, this, isn't it? Are you ready?
Yeah.
Right, we're ready, guys. Right, are you ready? So, no looking, no cheating. Pull your first one out, and if you shout the number really loud.
84.
Put it on there for me.
Thank you, buddy.
You were moaning last time, so you put it in the back. No, we thought we would.
16.
Matt. 16, Matt Newsom.
Well done, mate.
Are you ready? So you're alright, you're having a good rummage there, Myles, you're doing very good.
20.
Yeah, you're definitely 20.
Cheers, mate. You have to be down, I'm tail end.
526.
Sergeant.
259.
Behind. Yeah, sorry, so I'm holding it a bit high for you, aren't I? I know, I'm really sorry.
463.
James Morris. But I'm going lower. I've learned.
217.
Lee Fairhurst. You're doing. I like your concentration face. Sunrise, no, yeah. Paul, it's you, Paul. Yeah, you're out. Yeah.
Thank you.
212.
You are there, Danny. Sorry, Frank. Yeah, Frank. We think there's one more in here. We think it's you. I do as well. The first very light.
515.
Here's you, Frank. Well done.
Brilliant.
Thank you. Myles Superstar, you've got his bag. Do you want to get Frank to do it? Yep. If you stand there, there's his. If you guys all gather around for me, please.
There for you. Okay. Right. You just hold your picture like that, and we'll have a picture with you. Okay. All right.
You're going to have to scoop it. Oh, you're fine, you're good. Yeah, that's it, you're good. Right, you ready? So we've got two driver spotlights here at Bradford. 217 Lee Fairhurst and 84 Tom Harris, or number 1 Tom Harris. Lee, we talk to you first. Your shootout story so far, so round 6. Bad luck, is all I'd say.
Yeah, a few flat tyres, and they're costly really when you want to be finishing the finals, especially. Yeah, just Kings Lynn. I had a bad one at Kings Lynn, was up there in the heat and got a puncture, and then the start of the final got a whack on the wheel and got another puncture. So it just one of them meetings, and then obviously I'm in the borrowed car from the Goodwins, which I'm really grateful for letting me using to compete in the shootout. But obviously it's hard to fully commit yourself to all them tarmac rounds, because obviously you know you're not in the car that you should be in, sort of thing. And yeah, we're just doing the best we can really, and yeah, whatever happens, happens.
Yeah. I think I watched you get Gness, really good heat in the final, and I was like, he's doing good, do you know what I mean? And then you get stuck into like at the bottom corner by Frank in that train, you know, it's like, oh,
Yeah, and obviously
it's costly, isn't it? Like, you're just not finishing final.
yeah, obviously everyone knows that, don't they? So they're going to try and put you into something, especially Frank. He loves it, doesn't he? Doing stuff like that, snooker ball and everyone. Yeah, just going to do it, aren't they? But yeah, we're on the pace, but not far away from the pace. But yeah, just always need that little bit more really to be winning, sort of thing, on time, because everyone's such on a level playing field.
Do you know, like, so you've got Tom at the top, then Danny, like quite close together, and then you're sort of in fourth behind Matt. Do you still kind of think, actually, I can still win this? From you know, we're only just past halfway. Yeah. You're still kind of going, I can still win it.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, but I need a final win probably in the next couple of meetings to boost me up there, and probably them not to finish a final. That's all it takes really, one final, and you're back up there, and you gets you motivated again to do it, because like it's an hard slog to shoot out with the 10 rounds, especially in the week, getting the cars ready, because so much work to do in the week, and then you got to drag yourself to try and get your car as good as it can be, and yeah,
it's week in, week out now.
It's just relentless. Yeah, it's physically, emotionally draining. It's just relentless. But like I say, it's costly when you don't finish them races, and when you have a few bad meetings, it does get you down a bit. So you just need a bit of a pick me up sometimes to get you back up there.
We're going to follow you throughout the course of the meeting. It's a bit odd from a shootout race. We've got the National Championship first, which is kind of on its own a standalone race. Does that kind of impact what you're going to do in that race? Because the shootout is that more important for you today?
It probably is. Yeah, I've won the Grand National Championship before, so it's not something I'm interested in. So I'll be there competing, trying to make a race of it. But yeah, we can get through that without any damage. That'll be good, and we can, get going in the heat and hopefully try and get some points today.
We'll follow you throughout the course of the meeting. Lee, thanks so much.
Thank you. Cheers.
So our other driver spotlight today is Tom Harris. Hello, Tom.
Hi.
You're leading the shootout.
Yeah.
That's good. That's a good thing.
Yeah. It's always good to be leading, isn't it? But you've only got one way to go, haven't you? And that's down. So we've had a pretty good season. So
in a lot of the ones we've done before, people have gone, we need to beat Tom, and we spoke about this last year. Skegness, it seemed a bit like people were going, do you know what? We can beat Tom. But it was good stock car racing.
Skeg was fantastic stock car racing, and the bumpers were really flying in. It was big hits, and not stupid, but big hits. There were cars being moved, and there was a lot of damage over the weekend. But it's what the fans paid to see. So it was a fantastic weekend all around for stock car racing.
For you as a stock car driver, you must go, I enjoyed that, but equally from a shootout perspective, you kind of go in, do you know what, that would have been another 10 points if I'd have been up there, or were you not bothered?
I hate racing points.
Yes.
I hate it. I could have sat behind Lee last year at the Bradford Shootout finale, sat behind him in the final and comfortably won the shootout, but I drove past him and he put me in the wall. So, who wants to see me sandbag and follow Lee Fairhurst around? Nobody. So,
apart from Roger,
yeah. I don't know. I was in the waving or cheering. I'm not sure.
But you know, so you're not racing for points. So like today, Bradford again, and then you got the Grand National Championship up first, which is a championship. Does that kind of impact on the rest of the meeting? It's a standalone race.
It's a standalone race. So in the past, I'm not sure what it is a standalone race this year. It's last year it was a heat at Kings Lynn, so I'm not sure. It makes no difference. It's the same for everybody. So, but again, I want to win. So. Every time I go on the track, I want to win, so that's what we're going for.
About Tom's going to miss rounds. Is that still the case, or is it like it
depends
on America?
I think it depends on America, but I think the dates that I've been given through now, it's more likely going to be the dinner dance that it's going to be tough to get to. But apparently, you don't get your shootout money if you don't go to the dinner dance, so it's pathetic, really. And it is what it is. I can understand if I wasn't going just to be a pain, but if you've got other things to do, and like Sophie said, Matt had to miss part of his best friend's wedding, which again is a real shame. So, but same for everybody again.
Yeah. Okay. We'll park that.
Yeah.
Maybe we're in America for the shootout. Maybe not. Well, for the shootout, then sorry. Today, Bradford. The track was a bit tough last meeting. I think they've done a lot of work to kind of hopefully make it better.
Yeah. Your stocks and the team, they do a fantastic job. They're really trying. They don't always get it right, but they can't help the weather. You can't help it. It's a shale track. If it was tarmac, it would be so much easier for them guys. They wouldn't have to put the money in that they're putting in. They wouldn't have the mess to clear up every week. So, big thanks to them for persevering with it and doing their best. So, it was unfortunate last time it dug out, but again, they've relayed it and they spent a lot of time and effort and again a lot of money on it this last week to get it right. And it's hammered down with rain again today. So. Let's just see how it is, and like I say, they're trying, so we're going to try for them.
But you kind of go, drivers would kind of go, well, we're not going to go if they were here last meeting, but they haven't. This is clearly supporting the meeting. 48 cars is a brilliant.
Yeah, it's brilliant, and that's why like I say, the drivers can see the effort that Yourstock's putting in, and that makes a big difference to a driver. So if Yourstock put no effort in, they were going to come to the same mess that was here last time, then they wouldn't have had the 48 cars. So. They're getting rewarded for the efforts they're putting in.
Good. Right. We're going to talk to you throughout the course of the meeting, see how you get on. Hopefully you don't follow people into the wall, or you get followed into the wall.
That's the whole idea, isn't it?
That would be good.
That's the whole idea, isn't it?
Really cross, like Tom coming up next to cars, like hanging off.
I don't get cross.
We'll come and talk to you throughout the course of the meeting.
Thank you very much.
Cheers, Tom.
So Tom, you've had 2 races since Jonathan spoke to you. You had the Grand National final, and then you had Heat 1 as well.
Yep.
You actually managed to just struggle through on both races.
Yeah, just scraped through on both. Yeah.
Yeah. How was it? Because it looked to me like it was. I don't know. People watched the race. You could see there was a lot of shale in the middle of the track and on the straights, particularly on turns 3 and 4. It's getting a bit narrow, a bit light in the shale, wasn't it?
Matt had a fantastic start, and I thought he was going to be on the worst bit of the track. It turned out I was on the bad bit of track, and then yeah, then we had a caution and it blew off a bit, and yeah, car's really good. So yeah, you know, and you know, with the weather we've had, it's not surprising that we're having a bit of trouble with the track, but you know, the team are putting a fantastic effort to keep, you know, raceable for everybody. So you know, hats off to those guys.
Sure, Tom, but go back to the actual circuit. You know, it was noticeable at the start that all of you were piling in, particularly down the back straight, piling in, and of course all whacking into the
straight
fence,
in the fence,
getting thrown all over the place. Now I would argue that you adjusted your driving style a bit earlier than a number of the others. What were you doing differently?
Just try and set your car up differently to get to the bit of track that you want to be on. You know, if everyone's sliding up against, like everyone's like contouring and pushing each other and against a fence, you can't be up there with them. Otherwise, you know, you're going to get pop a tyre. So try and turn it earlier, drag it down the track, and you know, get a bit of moisture coming off. So try and get underneath everybody.
And is that also braking a little bit earlier down at the end of that? Because you've got to slow it down.
Yeah,
a bit.
That's the thing. Probably get off the throttle a bit earlier as well. Turn it a little bit earlier, miss the marker tyre, and then you know. But the problem is, if you turn too soon, you end up on the really wet, sloppy stuff. So it's a very fine line. You've not got a lot to aim for to. You know, and if you get your front wheels in the wet stuff, then you're going straight towards the fence as well. So,
and a couple of times when you were offline,
it's just straight, and it's so slick in the middle of the track. You've got like wet bit, grippy bit, nothing, and then you're against the fence. So
tell me the brake bias you're using there. You're gonna
yeah.
wind your brake bias.
I moved it to the back quite a bit during the first couple of laps, and then as the race went on, then you know I turned the right front a little bit just to try and so it didn't lock the left front, because when it locks the wheel, obviously then the car starts to disappear. So rather than slow the car down, rather than lock the wheels up and slide across the track, really.
So having got yourself a lead again, and we've had this discussion, we had it once or twice before, you were able to not quite give it everything you had to give it, because you know you're looking, you've got a little view in the mirror, you're going, I'm okay here.
Yeah.
I don't need to. But that's not going to be the same come the next race, is it?
No, that's right. You know,
so you'd have to make a change because it's getting wet.
Yeah, we've just watched that because it's rained, and obviously there's minimal shale on the track now, so it's like I don't know, the wet concrete, so to speak.
Yes.
You know, dirty concrete. It's so hard packed, and the weather's, we've had a downpour, so it was noticeably a lot slower the last half of that race, and I think the fence is going to be the place to be. If you're not on the fence, I don't think you're going to be going anywhere. So.
And will you? Is it in your mind? Do you consider, right? If I'm going in hot here, and there's a load of people behind me, I'm ready to ride the fence.
I'm just going to drive it straight. You know, I want to be in control of where I go in and where I come out. So it's being, and if you can, yeah, you know, if you can run it in the fence yourself, rather than someone put you in a bit earlier or a bit sideways, or you know, you can kind of control where you come out.
And you were in the race, so I don't think you got to see Danny Wainman, who did the whole of turn 3 and 4 on 2 wheels.
I just spoke to him before. I said, "What happened?" He said, "Oh, it's wrecked it." He said, he just went in and someone got Lee, and he was wrong place, wrong time, and done loads of damage, which is, you know, unfortunate for him being the shootout round, you know, and he's second in the points currently. So.
Totally. Well, Luke, hope it goes all right for you in the
just
final.
Hope this weather stays off.
Yeah, and great racing anyway so
Thank
far.
you very much.
Well done, Tom.
Thank you.
Lee Fairhurst, P3 you eventually, I think you got P3 in the end?
Yeah, I think we're on for a win, to be honest, in the dry, and then, to be honest, the yellows, they set off on the yellows, and because you're in a ball, you don't see the floodlights, so you don't see that it's actually raining. And I just set off, I thought I had a flat tyre on half shaft or something gone, but it was just flippy. Getting the final, yeah.
It was very interesting because I want you to remarks. You're there. You go. That's better, isn't it? Now people can see you. The trouble is, you like for the first half of the race, you were languishing 4th or 5th or something, and then you got your way through, and then Sam was up ahead. You were reading him in right alongside. It was like a matter of time. And then suddenly, you know, somebody had a tumble. Race was stopped. Everybody's waiting for it to get going, and then you didn't have the best restart.
No, I think can't remember. There were 2 restarts, I think, and one of them I was still on for the win, and then the second and third one was the one where it started to rain.
Yes.
And just
whatsoever. It was the first start where you lost a couple of places. I think Catherine got past you, maybe Frankie.
That was the last one.
That was the last
restart. Yeah. Obviously, I just felt like I obviously realised it must have been raining, because you don't actually, because you're in the bowl, like I say, you didn't actually see the rain coming down. So we all set off probably unaware that the track were going to be like that.
And it was hysterical because you were all like piling it.
It's just
boom,
like
boom,
like Kings Lynn like the other week. It was just so.
What can you do in those circumstances? Is it just Right, regroup, right, because it ultimately sometimes slower is faster.
Yeah,
isn't it?
damage limitation really. I look at it. If you're dropping back and you think, right, just get yourself back in a straight line and get yourself back up there, and yeah, it's damage limitation. Even though you're not going for the win at the end, still obviously qualifying for the final and getting them points.
Now I see work taking place around the car. So all's not in your camp at the moment.
I think with just checking. Kev's just checking some bolts and stuff now. Nothing major, but we just made some alterations now. We just need to see what the weather's doing now, so we can decide what tyres are going to go on and things like that.
So alterations, give me a little clue. Are you talking of what?
Well,
the lead on the axle.
Yeah, I was pretty quick when it was dry, and then I was not as quick when it wet. But obviously, I'm trying to get the car better in the dry, so I was pleased how it went. But it just had I went into the corner as hard as I could, and it just had a slight mid-turn push where we call the push where the front end's not reacting how you want it to. It's not quite turning and flowing around the corner as good. Just trying to rectify that by doing some alterations with the
And
weight.
interestingly, I saw Catherine sort of struggling in the same way. That mid-corner bit, it's just you want to turn. It's like
Yeah, well,
having none of it.
we're all trying to get on shale. Obviously, it's a loose surface, so we're trying to get as much drive as possible on the rear tyres. But obviously, there's a point where you can get too much back end grip, and then it washes the front away.
Yes.
So you're trying to get that happy medium, and that's where you can play about with stagger and weights on wheels and your arm angles and things like that. But obviously, yeah, it's just trying to get the car right for the conditions today.
And are you feeling quite positive for the final?
Yeah, the car are a bit better in that one than the Grand National, so yeah, I'm feeling like we can do something in the final. Yeah.
I hope so. It'll be good to see you up there.
Yeah, it'll be good to talk to you again.
Thanks very much, Lee.
Thank you. Cheers.
Lee's second in the final.
Yeah.
Happy.
Yeah, obviously Tom's leading the points and he's at one place in front, so there's nothing gained there. But yeah,
we were talking. Yeah, we were talking. And it's almost like halfway through the race, it went quicker. We saw you kind of get quicker. Did that how it feel to yourself?
To be honest, I had a good start, and me and Matt were making our way through the pack really well. And obviously Tom got legged up at some point, and then it got going again. But the yellows just come out at a really bad time for me and Matt. We were on our way, I think. And, yeah, one of them things. I think me and Matt would have been battling for win, but then the yellows come out and then it turned into obviously Tom picked us off one by one. So yeah.
The track seems very changeable. From like you're up against the fence and then you're back down at the bottom. Is that just looking for grip?
Looking for grip, really. Yeah, the track's changed every night. Like in the heats, it was probably more at the top in 3 and 4, but now it's at the bottom of it. So and you're trying to you're not even hardly touching the throttle through the bend. You're just trying to keep the car as square as you can to get as much drive as possible.
Are they very different bends then? Again,
yeah, it's like a different track on both bends. So the first bend is obviously there's bumps appearing again. So obviously you've got to try and either go around them, underneath them, or just do what you can with them really. But
have you figured out what the quickest way is around that top bend? Because I was watching different drivers take different approaches, and some were like going out, some were in. And
it changes when they grade the track in between races. It just changes a little bit between the races. So first 2 laps you're trying to find out where you need to be. But yeah, of course. Obviously Tom finds it all the time, doesn't he? So
yeah. Anything different for the national then, or is it just tyres?
Tyres really. I was struggling through the bumps, so the front end just couldn't get the front end to turn as good as what I wanted to, and just really washing away on the front. So yeah, I'm just training a bit of tyre sizes really. Yeah. Trying to get a bigger one on the outside than the inside, and hopefully it'll just fly through the corner.
Yeah, we need
effortless.
And it felt like a long race. Well, we started at 7:30 and it was like an hour.
And John Lund rolled. Is he all right?
Yeah, he's all right. He's all right.
Brilliant.
Yeah, well, it's good. Yeah. Good luck for National.
Thank you very much.
Pleasure. Tom, we came to talk to you after your final victory. You were very busy, so let's just do the final first.
Okay.
It was a very long race to start with. You seemed to be out there a long time.
Yeah, it felt like forever.
Yes. And we were watching, and like every incident you were caught up with.
Yeah. Just when them trying to stay out of trouble for the first few laps until it gets like the track gets cleaned off, and then staying out of trouble obviously normally makes you get in more trouble, and that seems what happened. There was 2 track blockages, and I was stuck in the middle of them both.
Absolutely, because we were like, oh, Tom's there. Like, what's going on?
And then I looked across the track, and I see Matt and Lee. Like I was like, yeah, that's that finished. And then Carl was going really well, and like I got onto the same straight as them before they cautioned it, and then obviously I got past Lee, and then another caution. And yeah, managed to bring it home with one piece.
Yeah, because when we looked, Lee was like half a straight.
Oh, it was.
You know,
Yeah,
it
was
we
like
that's them two gone.
Yeah, that's them two sorted,
Yeah,
and
yeah.
you know the rest are scrapping for third basically. But no, fortunately, the caution's kind of played into my hand a bit, and yeah, the car has been phenomenal.
Yeah. So we came to touch after the final, like I said at the beginning, but you were doing lots of work, which was kind of quite surprising considering you just gone out and won it.
It's a final at Bradford, isn't it? You're going to get damage. So, but yeah, just wired on the front corner up and back corner and straighten a couple of panels and the wheel and swap some tyres and away you go again.
Grand National, which you've just watched.
I haven't talked about that one.
I know you came over and you were like, I'm really cross. I'm like, well, why? You just got second in the Grand National, like and very nearly won it. Like,
yeah, it's error on my part. I hit Lee far too hard on the last corner.
Right.
If I'd have put him in the wall, he was always going to win. I just wanted to put him far enough in the slick that I could just keep on the nice bit and drive by him, but unfortunately it wasn't to be.
Where is the nice bit on those bones? Because we can't see it. Where is it?
Well, you either got to be all the way against the fence or all the way down the bottom.
Yeah.
So in the middle, it's kind of no man's land. So, but yeah, 1 and 2, the car's been phenomenal. I could go right around the fence in that one. So getting loads of ground then, and
yeah, that's where you made the ground up on Lee. Because the last lap before come out, you went in like really hard, and then you were on Lee.
Yeah, trying to keep some momentum, keep some speed up, and then you have to spin the tyres. It's hard to get down the straightaway as good. So yeah, it's frustrated, but it's been a good night all around.
No, great night. Thanks so much for your time today. It's been brilliant.
Thank you for coming over and talking. And,
yeah, it's been an eventful Bradford.
Yeah, as always is. It's like I say, the team are doing their hardest for the track.
Yes.
The weather hasn't helped. We had a downpour in the Constellation. I think the heat, wasn't it? And Mother Nature's not playing the part.
I think it's 8 rollovers. I think we said.
Yeah, it's
like 499. He's rolled over twice.
Yeah, twice. At least he didn't have to pay for a wing in that one though. He's all good. But no, it's been a good night. Thank you.
Good. Well done on the shootout points because you're there. And Danny's had a bit of a.
Danny's had a bit of a mare, hasn't he?
Shocker.
Matt and Lee have had a pretty consistent night. You just got to keep scoring, haven't you?
Yeah. Good. Thanks so much.
Thank you.
Perfect. Lee, we spoke to you after the final, and just done the Grand National, which you won, which is brilliant, and a good night all told.
Yeah, good night. Just trying to make the best of the conditions, really.
Yeah.
Just try and get to the front as quick as they can. Obviously, Tom's quicker than us at the minute. He's quicker than everyone, isn't he, at the minute?
Yeah.
But, it's our job now to try and get up there.
Yeah. So the final was very much you and Matt, and same in the Grand National. You and Matt kind of were going through. Took you a while to get past Craig. It seems difficult to pass on certain turns 3 and 4 tonight.
Yeah, well, I think we're all trying to stick to the bottom on 3 and 4, and trying to give him a shunt. But then, as I'm giving him a shunt, he puts me into the middle of the track where there's no grip anywhere. But to get the drive past him then was hard. So I took a few shunts, but I managed to get him and then just squeeze him a bit coming out, so I had to back off. It was good racing.
Yeah, so just talking to Tom, and he was saying you either need to be the bottom or the top. In the middle is just a no man's land where you don't want to be.
It's like glass, you're just wheel spinning for fun then.
Yeah.
Which caught me out in the final, I think, on one of the restarts, so I was just spinning wheels.
So you're saying it's like kind of almost your job to make the car go faster. Is this stuff that you've kind of thought about tonight? Again, actually, we can do this and this for the shale piece.
It's stuff for months I'm thinking about what to do with the car, but obviously just getting the time to do it. Like I'd love to build another back axle for the car, for example.
Yeah.
And then put different stuff on that and try it, but it's just time. You just literally, this is what the Shootout's like, week in, week out. You're just fixing, prepping, going racing again, and obviously when you're a bit off it, you need a week or two just to reset, and obviously, even then you need time off work to do it. But if I got the time off work, you're not earning the money to go home and, of course, pay the mortgage, the nursery fees, and all that.
Yeah, of course.
Rubbish. So.
Do you think the Shootout needs like a halfway point break? Or should it be like round after round after round? Is there an answer to that? Do you think?
I don't know what the answer is. I think whatever answer there is, there's going to be pros and cons for it. Everyone's got their opinion on it, haven't they? But I really don't know whether it needs changing or not, or spicing up. I don't know, but it always seems to be the last round it goes to, doesn't it? And I mean, look at the crowd erupting last year here, the way it was. Just them first half shootout and this sort of thing. You need the points, and you're just trying the best you can.
Tonight, Danny's had a shocker, but like you and Matt have had a consistently good night. You kind of the better of the two between you and Matt, so that kind of keeps that top 4 quite interesting still, doesn't it? Going into
possibly.
Kingston next week.
You get to this stage, and like even on the buzz away, well, what's the points like? I'm like, does it even matter? It's not going to change anything through the week when we get in the car, is it? It is what it is, isn't it? So,
good.
Yeah,
I'm glad you had a good night. Thanks so much for taking time out to talk to us. It's been
good.
great.
Thank you to you, and glad you for doing it.
I know, I made him come.
He's made his day, hasn't he?
He's loved it. He flew to my house directly today.
What, by helicopter?
Not by his plane. He got his plane. He did.
Here's Eddie Collins. He'll be.
I know. He's
for next year. He'll be in a big gaggle of cars somewhere along the line in Shale.
Cars going everywhere.
Stop doing that tarmac scene.
He was going to interview me after the winners at Sheffield. I've got a right story for you about my wheelbarrow.
Yeah.
I'm like, brilliant.
In that national, hit that wall in the right rear. I bounced off it. I thought, what's going on here?
Oh, in the mix of it now, aren't
Gaggle of cars.
Yeah, a bit of that.
Right. No worries. Thank you very much. Cheers.